It's Sunday, it's Father's Day, so I'm not staying here for long. I've just popped down to the yard to give Nigel a wash and that's it. That's all I'm doing. Can't really be bothered to do anything else. For some reason my neck really hurts. First big cock up of the day. Just been down to the lower lockup to switch the water on and look at that. Yeah, the tap was inside. And I forgot to take the hose pipe out first. I'm not bothered about water on the floor, but ooh, that could have been dodgy. So, washing Nigel yet again. Why bother? I mean, really? Does it look dirty? Oh, not particularly. So why do I need to do it? Well, I don't, do I? I'm just wasting my time. But that's the thing about having a car like this, or any other car that you happen to really like, and you can really see the difference between it being properly, freshly clean and just a bit dirty. And it's enough. Most of the dirt just seems to have flown off of it actually without really any effort. Yeah, just leaving behind all of the fabulous beads everywhere. Yeah, you wouldn't think it was dirty, but it is, and it's about to get cleaner. Here's something quite interesting. When you wash your car and then you hose it down, look closely at the beads. If it's not beading, it's not waxed. It should be beading. And also, if you've got beads, you have to take pictures of it. But with the macro lens on the camera, you can spot something rather interesting. Ready for this? Every single one of these beads contains a nucleus of dirt. See that? Little dark bit in the middle? Every single one of them. That means that the dirt that's remaining on the car has collected within the bubbles, and you need to rinse it a bit more. Otherwise, when you dry it, you're going to be drying dirt onto it. So more rinse, more rinse. Let's have a look now. Yep, they're better now. Much better. There's still all right on us and on. There's a tiny one just there. We're going to have to stop there. This is just daft. Anyone with a ZR or a 25 with a ZR boot spoiler will experience the dirt collecting point just here on the boot spoiler. See, it's a little reservoir on both sides, and when it dries you'll find that there's dirt in there. Being a manager is as easy as riding a bike.
Stickers on cars are what tattoos are on people.
Crookie! You crooked man.
Crook by name, not by nature.
Oh, but look over there. Oh, an interesting spot. I wonder who that belongs to. Again, this came from a time where people weren't obsessed with massive wheels. Big alloy wheels, they're only 14 inch actually, but I blame Wagon Wheel for that, for making their wheels smaller. People try to compensate by having bigger wheels on their cars. That's a fact. Well, good morning. It's a wet Monday morning and I'm stood in the rain, waiting. I'm going to get wet. Thing is, I don't need to be stood in the rain. I could just go inside. And that's what I'm going to do now. It's very difficult to get on and do something when I'm waiting.
What?
Across there.
I feel sick.
Good.
If we have a look down, oh fuck, Jesus Christ! If you have a look down here, my
Doesn't
lovelies,
half exaggerate.
you have a look down here, my lovelies. These are original rubber rover mats.
Oh no! The camera's gone on before I wanted it to do. It's a bit sunny today. I'll tell you what, in Britain, give us a situation and we'll complain about it. I really do not know where to start again today. Maybe it'll help to show you why. How does a debriefing session work? Is it a case of you get things off of your chest and it just helps you put things into perspective? And if so, then I'm going to have a go at doing that in order to decide what exactly I am doing today. First off, Eric over here is going to be picked up, I presume, at some point, taken away and probably never brought back. And that means that there are some good bits in that car that I should keep, because it's not going to make any difference. If it's just going to get binned, then I may as well keep the bits. So that's the first thing I've been thinking about that I need to do today. And then really obviously, some gardening needs to be done because you can barely even get through this gap here. The weeds, the brambles, they're all basically taking over. I used to be able to see all this junk down here, and now it's a bit too green. And look at that tree up there. That was chopped down a couple of years. Well, actually, it's only been there a couple of years. What's going to happen to that? Along this edge doesn't really concern me as much, except that it is just extending further and further out. And as I pointed out before, Rhonda is about to get lost. Having cars in the way and stuff doesn't help when it comes to actually getting to things. So I have a box full of wings just there, and this tree seems to have claimed them. The same goes with all these bumpers here. There used to be a nice little patch, slightly raised, where bumpers would kind of just fit over like that and look all comfortable and not drop down the hill. And now look. But then of course I have the mystical codfather to work on as well, with the paint and the headlining, which I can't really do, and the engine. The engine has finally started to show its leak. As you can see, transit face is still here. Oh, and only one offer on this car so far, which wasn't good enough. My 800, that needs to be, well, that really does need to be going. I'm sure I did a no-nonsense sales pitch on this non-working car at some point. Looks like I'm going to have to do another one. Otherwise it's parts, isn't it? It's just gloss over this one and possibly this one as well, actually. Come on, you need to go to your new home, you do. Oh, and Boaty's car. Yeah, Boaty's Rover 25 that failed its MOT. There's work I have to do on that as well. Into the lockup of permanent disaster, we have a situation I've been avoiding, putting off, burying my head in the sand with, because I need to go in there and completely strip it out and start it again and find a place for things and know exactly what I've got. And the motivation hasn't been there. Somebody buy this car, please. And of course the lockup of dreams, as it's known. I don't know why it's known as the lockup of dreams. I called it that, and I really shouldn't have done, because it's nothing like. Oh yeah, that's why, isn't it? There's a sarcastic point that got taken seriously. Yeah, as we can see, we need another tidying up here as well. This situation, what it does sometimes, is it makes me think I need to just go off and have a ride on my bike or have a day off, so I can either think about it or just avoid it. And what happens is that I think I'm just avoiding it. It's kind of getting on top. So, where do I start? With a cup of tea, of course. Shears and loppers. Shears and loppers, loppers and shears. No, no, no. It's not time for a song. I'm off to a physiotherapy appointment to see whether my body's buggered or whether it's not. Well, that's an eye-opener. One physio. These wheels look relatively simple in design, but there are some very, very small bits that you can't get your finger into. That's why they end up like this, not getting washed properly in the first place. Anyway, I'm going to use my imagination to figure out a way around this. Because quite simply, quite a few of the bits have come up nice and shiny, but it's just those bits in the gap. So, a pen. I think that's quite a bit better, but it's still nowhere near good enough. When you look really closely, you can still see bits. And you're more likely to be distracted by all the rubbing on the actual edgy bit there. Maybe that will be enough to draw your attention away from the bits that I can't clean. I'm a wallaby. One of the troubles with having this microphone here is it does have a button on it to switch it on, but it doesn't really switch off. And that means it can just flatten its battery quite quickly whilst you're not even using it. And the other thing is that the button doesn't really tell you whether it's on or off. So it's very easy to start a recording and then discover there's no sound. So that's why I'm a wallaby was there, because I've just got into the habit of just saying something just as a test, and now you know why. And that gives you a lovely little explanation as to why I said I'm a wallaby. I do. Hope you enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed that, because I didn't. Well, this is an important message from Project Nigel, wanting to thank the members of his channel, whoever you may be. Those members include Stu, Richard Martin, Dinosaur Dad, Jimmy Quinn, Mark Reynolds, James Mayo, and Aaron Gill. Oh, there's more, yes. Neil Gibbons, Carl Wood, Carl Davis, Dave Smith, son of Jack 71, and Typhoon Cat. Not forgetting Joe Cox. Oh, there's more, right. Tim Sheridan, Lee Thorndike, James Smith, Classic Wheels, Wales, Fubara Foxtrot, Phil Roach, Johnny Crook, Simon Prader, Greg Anderson, Project MGTF, Alan Searle, and finally Granny Saff. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Have yourself a lovely, pleasant evening, and enjoy your tomatoes, should you be growing any. If not, bye bye.